Working at Safeway, I always learned, because if there's anything that's past there, and uh, what do you call them?
The expiration date?
The I can't think of the word. Well, anyway, and they come in, any store, don't matter what it is. If they see pull dates, they can close you down just like that. You know, and so I said, that's why I always look towards the back and da 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 da. And this man's standing there, and he goes, "Really? I did not know that, but thank you very much because that's now how I'm going to shop." I said, "Well, okay, you're welcome." So it was so funny because men will just go and just pick something off the shelf and throw it in. Of course, a lot of women do that too, and I'm thinking, oh, God, you don't know what you're doing. But I'm not going to tell everybody in the store, you know. Weights and measures, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh.
Weights and measures come in and something is out, they can shut you down just like that.
Yeah, that's...
So I learned all those things when I worked at Safeway. And it kind of stuck with me, And so I do the same thing when I go to the store, and then when I come home, I move my canned goods forward and I put them in the back, just. See, look at. I can't believe. Yes, I can believe that is a prayer. Just in this half hour, or you've been gone, I tried to raise this and I couldn't. I had to have that on there. And after she started praying and we hung up, the ankle went down.
That's pretty fast.
And so, yeah, and it's still, but this leg has always been um, down from the knee down. It's always been a little bit different. But I don't wear shorts anyway.
Why not?
I wear, huh?
Why not?
Why not? No, I wear the ones like this, or mainly I wear I still call them pedal pushers. Now they call them capri, whatever they call them, just below the knee.
I don't know. I thought they were pedal pushers.
Well, that's what we call
I'm used to that.
That's what we call them. Yeah, that's what we call them.
Huh, I can't think of the, and that's got to be a new name. I can't think of it. What Pacific nation is composed of 33 islands, but only 21 are inhabited?
That what? You know they can't get rid of that.
Fiji?
Is it the shark? Yeah.
Oh, Long Beach?
It's in Long Beach Harbor.
It's still stuck there.
It's still stuck in there. I guess doesn't know how to get out or
Poor
something.
thing.
But the Angel game starts at 6:30 and it's not on Channel 5. They advertise it, first pitch, da 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 da. I looked and I'm not getting it because I haven't signed to the sports with DirecTV. So you got AT&T and you got Direct. And AT&T took most of it. And I told the guys many times, I said, I don't like to be rude or mean or anything, but I gotta tell you, I said, I've been with you guys for I've been here 23, so 25 years, say. I said, I had no trouble when it was all DirecTV. I said, and as soon as AT&T came in and took over most of it, I said, they suck.
I called AT&T and they said they didn't come in here. I had to have Spectrum. And they said they didn't service in here. And you have Direct.
Well,
holy cow.
Years. Well, it's DirecTV, and then AT&T took over. So.
Well, still.
But when I looked at 6:30, 6:35 was supposed to be the first pitch. Mm-hmm. So I go over and I look at 6:35, and there's no game. So I looked on the other channels where sports is, and so when I went back to Channel 5, I like Channel 5 mainly during the morning because it's just California.
Yeah, I like that too.
Uh, I don't care right away what all of that is about. I want to know what's going on right in California by me and whatever. And so when they came back on the news an hour ago, they said something about, yeah, the pitcher's going to throw out the pitch and because they've had a big thing and everybody gets a bobblehead or
Bobblehead,
something
yeah.
today, you know, because it's their first time back and stuff.
Well,
And then I look and it says, order from the DirecTV sports thing.
oh,
And I said, son of a gun.
oh,
Now you have AT&T, and then they let them have the sports thing, so now that's more money coming in. I said, forget it. I'll just either pick it up on one of the other channels, or I'll wait and see what they did. But I like going to the Angel game.
well, I was gonna say let's wrap your leg up and throw you in my car and go to the game.
Yeah. I love going.
They used to have $5 tickets.
I don't care for watching too much baseball on TV because it's boring.
Yeah.
But man, am I
I like going to the game. Yeah.
Because there's action. You know.
I don't know what's happening though.
Huh?
I don't know the rules and how to.
Oh, that's why. I don't know all of it, but I know a lot of it. What do you raise 4 boys? You know, what do you do?
Oh, well,
Except
yeah,
Ron.
you get to learn.
Ron, my third one, is the one that's my jock, and he's the one I hardly ever see. He lives way out in Anaheim Hills, and I was at the wedding a week ago Sunday, and I said, somebody got married, and I said, Ron, I said, yeah. He comes up and hugs me and this and that when I go in, and, you know, come by and see me, you know. And then when we're ready to go, my friend and I, because I couldn't drive, she had to go. He came, we took pictures, and then he walked us all the way to the car, made sure I got in and everything okay. I said, Ron, I said, I really miss you. I said, I wish you would come by more often. You know, he says, I really will give it you know, a little, you know, he lives way out there. He works in Dominguez, at the largest paper company or box company in the world.
Oh.
And he's working like 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. So I understand, yeah, and then going back home in the traffic. But that's still, after church, they could come down here once in a while, you know. Or just him, I don't care. Him and Gracie. Him and my Gracie.
I was gonna say you're moving around so much. Maybe you should. I don't know.
Oh. Oh. This is what really. So you'll see, and then Kenny, he lives in Idaho. We plan on coming in. He had surgery in October, so he's got to come back in late April or. I said, well, why don't you wait until the first part of May if you don't have a real appointment yet, you know. Try to make it in May. I said, you got Mother's Day, your anniversary, and her birthday, all 3, you know, at the same time. Well, different days, but the first part of May. And I said, we can celebrate it all together. And he said, let's see what I can do. But he does some, he retired too early, but it's none of my business. So he Ubers out there,
Oh,
and he can't Uber here.
he can't.
Nope,
Why not?
because he doesn't have a California license anymore.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Huh?
I didn't think of that.
Yep.
Well, still, a driver's license is a driver's license. It means you can drive. Huh.
He's got a driver's license. It's in Idaho.
Idaho.
So
I'll be darned.
Yes, he does that here. And I didn't know until Brenda told me that she couldn't. She was making pretty good
She
money.
couldn't do it in Arizona then.
Huh?
She can't do it in Arizona then, right? Well, she's doing it here, but she can't do it in. But she's gonna go to.
No. She could not do regular Uber.
Oh, her car's
She
two.
had a two.
Yeah,
I
two-door.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what she did was
She does the Uber
the
Eats.
food and everything.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, see, I just keep learning stuff all the time.
Because I can do the regular. I can do either one, Uber Eats or Uber. I just don't want to go to LAX.
Oh.
Don't like it.
Did you sign up to do that?
I've been a driver for 10 years. I just haven't been doing it.
See, I said I won't.
I've never done the Uber Eats, and I thought I'd try it, and I haven't yet. I just haven't yet.
Yeah. No, when they first got invited to the wedding out there, I said, well, Ron has to come and pick me up. And they know I don't drive freeways and I can't drive at night. So as soon as they said that, I said, there's no way you're going to get me in an Uber.
Why not?
No, because the thing of it is, I walk out of Walmart during the day, and it's in my brain, Jerry, watch your surroundings.
Yeah.
Because any place, I don't care where you live, rich, poor, whatever, and they see a woman and they can just knock her down, take her purse, da 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 da. I'm not getting a car with a man I don't know.
I did have a lot of women say, oh, it's a woman, great, yay, and get in my car and be happy. That happens. They're like, so I'm so glad you're a woman.
Yeah. No, I just want to be extra careful and stuff like that. The one time that I did have to go, this was quite a few years ago, I had to go up to Downey. This is probably 8, 10 years ago. And for medical. And so they had their own medical people. They let me know his name, what he looked like, when he would be there.
That's what they do for Uber.
And
they give you the driver's license. They give you everything.
What time he would be there, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one time I didn't have a problem. And then the same kid or guy brought me back home, So they know who they're sending, where they're sending them to, and who it is, and they give you all that information,
Uber does too, but it's not free. But Uber will say, they'll show you a picture, and they'll tell you the car is coming, and check the license too. They tell you the license number that it's going to be, and the guy's name, and they tell the Uber drivers to make sure it's you too, because my roommate did Uber, and these guys jumped in his car and started fighting or something, and it wasn't the people that he was supposed to be picking up. It was bad guys. Got in his car, and it was scary. So, the Uber driver has to say, hi, are you, are you Jerry? And you say, yeah, are you Mark? Make sure.
Yeah.
But they try to be real careful. I've heard stories, but...
It doesn't matter nowadays.
Well, people take taxis. It's the same, you get in a taxi, you don't even know who that is.
It's just so bad, but, as my don't know if you know, but you know, but you know, we are living in the end times in the last, you know, whenever the Lord's gonna come back, because all the prophecies have been fulfilled, and so whenever He chooses, you know, and Israel has a lot to do with it. I kind of support Israel, and I got a beautiful cup from them down there. I was really
Oh,
surprised.
yeah, I see.
I wasn't looking for anything,
That's pretty.
you know. And well, I don't give all the time, but I did for a while. But the one thing I do support every month without fail is St. Jude. I've done that for years. You remember Danny Thomas?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then his daughter took over after that.
Yeah, and then her husband died. Oh, come on, Liz. I'm going to have to go potty in a little bit. I'm glad you're here. I know what I'm going to do.
Who was that on the phone that you said to come? Someone on the phone that you were talking to, you said come by or something.
Oh, that's not till 10 o'clock or so, 10:30 tonight.
Tonight at 10:30?
He has to go to
Oh, that's late.
Yeah, that's good. Good, Jimbo. Yeah, then he's got to be at work by 9 o'clock. He's the one that's the financial advisor.
Oh, I don't know what. I can't stay all night. I got my doggies over there freaking out, and I haven't fed them. What are we gonna do?
You what?
What are we gonna do? You need somebody here.
You want to stay for a while? Just go home and feed them and take them for a walk or whatever, and come back for a while.
I can't. Well, I can't stay really long. I got too much to do. I promised to do. David's not home. If David was home, I could.
Oh.
But he's in Washington.
Oh, what's there?
His brother.
Oh.
His brother's dying, and he went to see him.
Of what, cancer?
Yeah. They can't do anything more for him, so he's just.
Well, I'll tell you what. I am a firm believer and have been for a long time. Because you know, what do they call them? These groups that are within in the government, so to speak. They have a lot to say and a lot to do, and get their get what they want, so to speak. Now you tell me the cancer hasn't been around longer than HIV.
Oh.
And how many years ago did they find the cure for HIV?
But pretty quick,
I believe that they could have the cure for a lot of the cancers and do it properly. Did you watch the Oprah thing special last week? I turned the thing and I thought, oh, what's she up to now? Because I thought it was all about black, this, that, and the other, but it wasn't. It's all about women in menopause, the doctors that are not treating properly, and some of the menopause has to do with the brain and stuff. It was wonderful. I taped it.
Ooh, I'd like to see that.
So, anyway, there's 2 books out that they got, and Holly Berry was on there, and oh gosh, about 6 different women were on there. 2 of them were doctors, and one of them was a doctor, and there was a patient of hers in the audience. And this was before she learned more about it. She apologized to the patient on air I did not know, da 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 da, but since then, she has gotten more,
So even the doctor didn't. There was things the doctor didn't know.
no,
mean-
there were certain things that the doctor hadn't learned yet.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it
Okay,
meant.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so she apologized to that woman
Wow.
on the air.
Nice.
And there was quite a few men in the audience, and Oprah Winfrey said, and I also want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of you are probably married, and your wife is going through